Someone wanted to
Oh,
break into our...
Helps if I aim the camera at something else.
Hi. Yeah.
There.
So the stream is started.
Yes.
Yay.
There we
Nice
go.
to see people out there. We've been having technical difficulties.
Not just
Someone needs to reboot the weather.
Yeah.
Actually, no, I don't mind the weather. It's just that when the seasons change, things stop drying.
Yeah. Which, if you hear that fan sound in the background,
With the dehumidifier up on high,
yes,
and it's only doing
minimal.
yeah.
Oh, are you done, Nix? We've actually been out here for a bit, but things weren't drying, and
We got to move things around, and that would not have made for good content. Well,
Let's
maybe
see,
people
back
would
and
have
forth.
thought it was. I don't know.
Hi, Nix. Are you done?
But notice
know.
it's still on its back because it's not dry enough to come off the bat yet. Nor any of the other 20 some odd parts.
4?
Yes, that's why I said 20 some odd.
Duck.
But the
Yeah, I have chat up.
okay.
It's on the other screen. Do you want me to move it onto the
No,
smaller
that's
screen?
okay. I forgot that it was on that screen.
Okay.
Because we only started putting it on that screen not that long ago.
Yeah.
Now, all 3 of the 24, 25 have let go. So, where's my little board that I have over there? I don't know. Is it right over here? Use this one. There's plenty more where that came from. The handles were burning up, so Sarah put plastic over them. Do you know what that did for the handles? It made them softer.
What?
Condensation from the plastic percolated back into the handles and made them all
Soft again.
soft again. So yeah.
So I've gotten 3 of those mugs off, and of course Nimble. And so what's
How
on
about this
the
handle?
workbench that
Yeah,
she's
see,
getting?
the handles hold their shape again. Kind
Lower-
of. You
lower
notice It's
There we
only
It's slowly releasing its shape rather than going flop.
I picked them at first, got out here, they go, and they're straight. It was awful. This is about as minimally firm as I can use them. Well, comfortably. Can do it other ways too, but it's just not that there's any fun in handles. But just kind of like, here I am.
And the
I
tan
have to
tops
see.
are starting to let go.
Oh, that's good. That one looks good on this side. Then it's next.
Oh, do I need to hinge it stamp? Yes.
Only if they're not stamped.
These ones are not. Those first
It's actually starting to get warm.
it's starting to get warm. Look at the temperature. It's 64 degrees. So the thing about having the dehumidifier up on high is it actually increases the temperature of the room.
Which is interesting.
Yeah. Kind of beneficial this time of year.
Yeah. It'll raise it about 4 or 5 degrees over the day.
Yeah.
Which is fine until it gets to the middle of winter.
Yeah, and 4
And
or
it's
5
so
degrees
cold.
is
I told
nothing.
you, the dehumidifier has a minimum temperature you can run it at.
Yeah, you can't run it if the ambient
Temperature is below 30, it's 38 or below. Then we have to turn it off.
and we have to heat the room before we can humidify the room.
Yeah.
Becomes this really
It's not a
interesting.
heater dehumidifier. You have the humidifier or the heater.
Yes.
But the dehumidifier you can just leave running.
Yeah.
And
Because it'll take it down to a certain point and then hold it. Go into maintenance mode.
Until its tank fills up, then turns off.
And then it's this
Then we have 85% humidity all over again.
Yeah. What I need to do is before we go inside, I need to wheel it out from its corner so that its light is visible from the kitchen window.
Yes, yes you do, because it's that time of year.
Yes. The little measure on the top of it's gotten it down to 60%. The other side of the room, 61. It's pretty well. It's with it up on high. It's actually
For the last 5 hours.
It's been circulating air really effectively in this room.
Well, maybe things should dry then. You would think.
Well, the stoneware cups are starting to let go of their bats.
Oh,
Let
that's
go,
good.
let go, let go, let go. Some things have sound effects, some have like short little snippets. Just let go.
There we go.
It's been that kind of day, guys.
There it is.
Reminds me of the
Something
episode
like
with Talking to Plants for Mythbusters. Sweet, adorable key.
Yes.
Here's a sarcasm.
Because at least one of them didn't eat peas.
Yeah, which was funny because it's a vegetarian. Alright. This one let go. Yes, despite the fact that this one has sludge in the bottom. Oh, here we go.
It drips out.
It actually let go.
Actually, to move that
I'm
one,
planning
I can have some handles so I don't have to get up each
Here,
time.
take this.
Here, take this.
No, I don't want to do any harm to it. I'm handing it to you gently.
It's not soft or anything. Look, the stamp just
Stuck?
stuck. Go. And I'm waiting for handles to get closer. I know. I'm sure it's much better exercise if I have to stand up, sit down every 5 minutes.
Okay. Do you want this towel here? Are you utilizing it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Here, I'll move it over here.
No, I was,
Don't take my towel. It's my towel.
that's why I asked. Handles. Ooh, here's a nice corner handle. In other words, it's drier than others. This was the corner handle.
See, this one, it doesn't change shape much at all. Here, because of course, there's the dark side on the same board.
Well,
So
these
make it-
were the first couple I did that I went before I went. Oh yeah, what I need to do is I need to use the large board, not just one of the small bats. There are also a couple of the tan handles down in the tan drawer. I think there's like 3, maybe 4 in that baggie, but they're going to be much firmer. But yeah, you threw 26 mugs yesterday.
So there's
Of
a
various
few
handles. And then there was one mug from a few days ago that wasn't ready for its handle then.
It's already got his handle.
Yeah.
Because I was beginning to think that was the only one that was going to be ready for him. What can I say?
Frustration. These have tuck. I'm doing this kind of 45-degree limbo. Get under the camera on. Not balancing things.
pounds, you'll fall on the floor.
And that would hurt and probably hit things on my way down. Possibly be really messy. It would be sad because I might squish a cup.
You didn't squish a cup.
No!
That would
We
be
need
bad.
every single cup that we can make.
I'm trying to build up our stock for Christmas orders.
Yeah. We have things like the ever popular 16-ounce mug.
And
Ready,
the 8 to 10
waiting.
ounce mug.
What?
And the 8 to 10 ounce mugs.
Yes.
So we'll have
This
the cups that are this fired and just ready for
Decorate.
decorations.
Look, this is the last two.
Yes. Yay. These ones.
Some of these are the crunchier bats. I'm being really careful. But no. I might.
Because they're cracked. They're cracked bats. So yes, the very much can easily snap in half.
This one's got what's the Cascadia seduction zone going on. There's like a meeting of 3 different fault lines.
How many people are gonna know what that is? Sarah?
Not many.
It's a fault line, a conjunction of fault lines right off the coast of Northern California. Extreme Northern California.
The part of California that's closer to Oregon than it is to the rest of California. When you're talking about, time distances.
Yes.
Okay. At this point, what I can do
This
is,
101. It's a very pretty road.
as long as you don't have to travel it 100% of the time.
This time of year, it could be subject to flooding, road falling away into the ocean,
All sorts of.
all sorts of
Fun.
really fun things. Even occasionally snow.
Yes. That was the first time that you discovered snow.
Well, I had to drive in snow.
Yes, that you personally had driven through snow. On our way back, in the middle of the night, in the dark. For those who are old enough to remember, is the old, Starscape screensaver.
Totally should
It looked like that.
have.
Yes, I was
It did
told
not-
to shut up very quickly.
Because yet you do not want to get distracted by the snowflakes falling on the windshield.
Considering at that point she was driving by Braille.
Because there is no snowplows
No. Oh, we did eventually see one.
going the other
Going
way.
the other way, yes.
Yeah, that was.
And every once in a while we had the people who were in the area who are more accustomed to snow driving go
Get
blazing
really
past
upset
us.
with me and go zipping on by.
It's like luckily most of that had passing lane.
Yeah, but you see, if I was hitting the bumps on the center divider,
You knew you weren't going to go off the plot line
because you'd go into a ditch if you went off the hard line, which you couldn't see at that point anyway.
no, because it was all dark. You couldn't see the road because it was all white. Brush jar in the way.
Oh,
There we go.
thank you.
Oh, which reminds me, thank you for talking about the jar full of tools, because there's a couple of the small silicone ones that are reaching the end of their life cycle.
Which they never did.
Yeah.
Can't imagine where that'd be the case. They could only be like
20 years old?
excess of 10, maybe not 20, but
Yeah.
well in excess of 10.
Yes.
Even silicone wears out. Okay.
Go.
No, you'd go better on this one.
And then once this board over
Yes,
here.
now that it is firmed up, but also look at this.
Oh, Mom, don't do that.
Yeah, but that's firmer than it was before.
Yeah.
I also know how to do that without this one.
Yeah. Just how much you can push it.
Yeah, the thing is I pick it up and it will do that.
Yeah.
And it's kind of, don't grip too firmly.
Take it up with both hands on occasion because that way you're spreading the pounds per square inch.
Which I usually only just pick them up with my hand.
My fingers are shorter.
I'm gonna thank you. And a cat smiley face. At least I think that's the smiley face. It's a cat face.
It's a cat face. It's a cat smelly, I think.
I was assuming it was the cat smiley.
It's a cat face.
Yes.
Those guys do not
Little cups. Some of them have let go of their backs. Not
Yes.
those ones over there.
And there's the two that are meant to be handleless that are still rather glossy at the foot. So it's like, I'm not even gonna try those ones. Nope. That one is empty. Nope.
It's the consistency of frosting. The slip.
What I can do,
Which means it's an ideal consistency.
well, that's good. What I can do, because nothing else is going to do that, I will just. I could get to doing more right and head sculpting because we
Yes.
need a raccoon, a bull, and a cat.
It's quite an interesting combination.
Yes.
I wouldn't see those going down the road together.
Probably not. No, that can just go there. I need a work board. That's what I need.
No, that's fun.
What?
You got some white sleeping with the
Oh dear. Roll. Can't do. Grab this one. Rotate. There we go.
Twist.
I suppose that one does have a bit of a neck to it, doesn't it? That particular webcam is old, very old. Yeah, those little eyeball shaped ones.
Yeah.
That's the reason why it's used as a small camera. Because it's
It's
pixels.
working here.
Good, you're more less ugly than I remember you being.
Yeah, you know over here. Because I need a place to put cups.
Red clay? No, you are not red clay. You are black clay. Good.
It's
Those heads.
they're new with this other heads.
I don't want them to roll. Rolling would be bad. They mush their faces.
This one time when we were doing some skull mugs.
One of them did roll.
It
got away.
got away. And you weren't amused with my
No,
they
because
said
it
about
was-
heads. Heads will roll.
Because it would have been such a setback in terms of work if it hit the floor and good smush. It would have been
Actually-
funny, but
No, actually it would have landed on the carpet. This was that whole
flooring.
yeah. That poor carpet. in that house. Would it have to put up with there. Or not what I was looking for.
It's not the tool we were looking for.
I picked up a tool thinking I knew which tool it was gonna be and it wasn't the tool. Because it was right next to the tools.
I hate when that happens.
Just ramble on. Like, there's nothing exciting about the
Endless happens. So many happens. This cat's face does not match left and right. getting there. It's almost a bit of an ugly bastard Jones. Last time it was working.
That's why you went back in the bag.
That and my hands were tired. I needed to go, and the cat was, sound asleep on my lap. I'm like, I'm sorry, cat. We're done. Going back inside now.
Squish, squish.
At that point, I'd been at sculpting for 3 hours. So no.
All by yourself.
Apart from the cat.
Because everybody knows it's why we watch
Yeah.
for the cat.
So starting to look better.
Oh, that's great.
It's alright. This cat needs percussive maintenance.
Not so sensitive.
Not some symmetry, certainly.
Poor orange cat. It's kind of a dark orange.
Yeah. After it's fired, it's very much orange. Those times that we've done the orange tabby. It's the right one.
This is reverse. But I was
Oh,
going,
yes.
what tools are in front of you? It's no, because it's
Because you're sitting on the other side of
size
the
of
table.
Yes.
I'm like, it's not reversed as far as I'm concerned. What's your problem?
Just a little bit of dyslexia, that's all. I've heard anybody, right? Take it right or left, correct? Why'd you turn left? You said turn left.
This is the reason why I give gestures for what direction to go. Or you listen to the audio with my fingers hitting the window if it's a right-hand turn,
Why I always ask for confirmation.
and it's correct. You never say right when you mean yes. No, that's bad. Shape of that eye better again. There, now that you're not the table right
Everybody
next.
saw
Oh, that's better. Add stuff to that whisker pad, and I'm just going to trim the other one. Thank you.
trim is cheap.
Big handle, huh?
That's a big one. I'll get this in. It's tails.
It's just not terribly amused with me because every once in a while I go, hey Nix, look up. She looks.
This
Getting the angle because I was working on.
and you're using the cat as the model, huh?
Yep.
Disturbing. And now she tries to disturb you in her sleep.
She climbs up on the furniture, and then she paws at the picture frames on the wall, which rattles them back and forth across the surface of the
At
wall.
least she hasn't knocked one off the wall unplugged the air cleaner and broke the socket.
This is something that Nix has done. She nixed the socket.
Still have to replace that. We
Yeah.
have
We have the outlet. Just
She
get
was-
around to replacing it.
Yeah.
Actually,
not going to help anybody else.
I think what I need to do with a couple of these is actually, yes, that is a raccoon. It's a pointy faced little trash panda. You've not seen the term trash panda for
I know,
raccoons?
but it's like.
But unfortunately, this one is really rather firm. What I need to do is bring up a picture. Okay. Is it on the side of the screen? Yes, it is. Yay. Wait, where is it? Would it be in here on the desktop? Oh, it might not be because that's. Nope, not seeing that one. There's the bull one in that folder, but there's not the raccoon. Wrong folder. I'll get the right one eventually. There we go. Pottery Masters by series. Greek. Forms. Brighton. Cats. Dogs. Badgers. Lynx. Moose. Octopus. Rabbit. Getting it close. Raccoon. There we go.
Then there was the giraffe, and
The giraffe was an interesting one to do.
that one actually stood up quite nicely.
This is those little horn bits. Now what I will do
And you get to
is
see just how weird shaped some animals
oh,
are.
I know. Some animals have truly bizarre shaped heads. Shift. No, I don't want to. No. Copy. Copy. Paste. I could close that folder. There we go.
This is how I make the handles the right shape. Although how they could do the right shape for bigger hands, I don't know. It's like tiny little hands. And the paws.
No, what did it just do? No. Oh, mess.
What are you doing?
It clicked off of the one I had open. And I just have to close that one and open it again. I was trying to resize the window.
Of course, you also got
Yes,
weird.
I know. It's
Okay.
minimized in the background right now. So I could get these resized.
Oh, dear.
So I could have them up on the screen. That and there.
Oh, huh.
No, that would be bad. There. See, it's back.
Three, maybe 20 some odd like that. Probably won't do all of them today.
No, it's not dry. No,
Yeah.
this guy needs to moisturize before
He needs a UV treatment. This one. There. we go. You'd be great for this one.
I lucked out when it came to the raccoon because I had one that was the right sort of shape for the blank. Just in bag. But it was a little on the firm side.
You're working on those last weekend?
Yes, I was working on this Saturday. That kitty's good for us. That kitty's good for us. I don't want any of the other ones, the Godzilla or the kitties, to soften more than they already are. Okay, let's see, what have I got this time? Revenue from a bull. Not that size.
What size is the supposed to be?
It's supposed to be weed. I think I can make a bull out of that.
Like boyfriend?
Ha ha ha. And we'll have this guy go with that. Moisture to it.
Yes.
Buttery. We're constantly fighting the water. So you need to make things the right dryness at the right time.
Two drinks. So,
Except for the fact that before I manipulate this down into the correct shape, I have to moisturize it some. Yeah, it is remarkably for me in that regard.
9 times out of 10.
Except for that 10th time.
Then it makes up for the other 9.
Yes.
Still waiting for it. Like, we have to get them all.
Yes. That's really good.
It's a good time to be rearranging things and really a little bit of play.
Yes.
Because they can, you know,
You a bit of an impediment?
yeah, but it also means that you can fill in
Around structures with it, yes. It's like just set of building blocks. Really heavy building blocks.
15-pound,
50
12 by
pound,
12 by 8 building blocks.
12 by 12 is 6, not 8. That's my shipping box. What's funny is,
That's what she says, they're her shipping boxes. Well, she after all, she is the
I am
shipping.
the shipping department. My job is to manage the box supply
The packages
and to pack things.
and to deal with,
And I'll
deal
deal
with the
shipping
posters.
labels. Which, by the way, if anyone is having to put up with it, my apologies if you are having to suffer through using ShipStation right now like I am. I figured out how to avoid it for the most part.
But
Supposedly they're working on things, but they haven't had a positive review since May of 2020.
yeah,
Give this guy enough shape so that it's clear what sort of creature he's supposed to be. How's that?
makes sense.
And that once the sculpture on this one's done, it will require a libation bowl. So it'll have, rather than being a cup, it's more or less going to be a funnel because it'll have a little hole in the mouth. So he can use it to pour wine into other things. Yeah. It becomes a ritual object.
That's it.
My thought at the time was, well, that's one way to make sure that there's no bits of stuff in your wine.
And also, if you're trying to pour something from a bigger opening to a smaller opening. Yes. There we go.
So we have the bull and the raccoon started. The cats are at a stage where once again it's
Wow, this one
I
has some
get-
very
I'm
interesting
sorry, I
words on it.
dripped it. I dripped black on it earlier today because I was having to do the black wash on those little red ink pots. I got most of it off. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it just had very, very distinct mark. Yeah, almost like markings. And it's kind of
Because I dripped. It was black clay water that dripped off my hand and onto that.
it's okay. I can get it off there. I can do that.
So we have 3 left there.
2 more after this one. Yay.
I should get a baggie for that pile of handled stubbins there.
Yeah. To check those handles and some of those cups after I'm finished with these cups.
So I'm going to put the little trimmings off the ends of the handles that go into bags so that that clay can be reused later.
Get through that one.
We went through 6 bags of scrap handle studs the other day when we had those, was it 4 orders? I think it was 4 orders in the end of moon weights.
Oh, blue weights. It's kind of like I was waiting for the
So-
punchline.
Sorry.
That's the kind of thing that we would have used for
Yeah. You don't use your good first run clay. Use the scraps.
Just a little bit on. Maybe the right size.
There.
Different angle.
I'm putting up a fight.
There we go.
And I should check to see if should I bag the black handles?
I said I would check
Okay,
those
you were
when I
gonna
was you weren't listening to me at all, were you?
Said that they would need to be checked. So I'm
I
like,
was
is
going,
that
and I need to
I'm done with tasks at the moment.
We'll see if the black coats will come off their bats.
Okay.
No, I mean,
I'll start with
it'd been like maybe half hour, maybe an hour at this point, since you checked last.
yeah.
You never know. Actually, because, yeah, you never know how fast something's going to be.
Especially black clay. No, you do not want to come on.
I didn't think he was going to be able to.
No. I'd start with him. You feel a little bit. You come with me. Yay! This one came off.
Yay!
There was much rejoicing.
Yay.
One. Maybe.
this year. I think we go back to cartoons.
We only have one more Godzilla to do out of the current batch.
Out of the current band.
Out of the current batch, there's. Oh yes, I wanted to take a peek. How many more are there in here? Yes, there are 5. Two mediums, 2 larges, and a teeny.
The teenies are cute.
Teenies are darling. And I think that one is like the smallest of them all with that. It's one of those bats.
What was I saying about this?
The last couple of bats have been, nice. Go nicely.
The 3 handles and 2 cups.
Well, you
I
also
do
have.
think I'm gonna be using this one. What did I get on mine? I think I might not go for that one. I won't be using that one. Pick up
And
the
there
next
is
step.
actually a few more in the bag.
Yeah, but
Yeah, rather than going into the bag for it, and it's like, no, I didn't cut it that close. You still have a few more.
I think it was 3.
I think it was 3 in the
Yeah, that's not cutting it close at all.
3 in the bag, so it was 4 extra. That's an acceptable margin.
This is more has hook shape. Yeah, well,
Oh yes, that's a nice shape.
because of the shape of the profile of the cup. Not all handles look good on all cups.
What makes one suitable for one over another?
It looks better.
Yeah.
It fits. It's the right aspect ratio.
It suits the yeah.
Goo goo.
Goo goo.
Gooey gooey. Fluffy stuff.
Yes. You're an ugly man. You We have the newer bats, which are very stiff and aren't cracked. And then we have the old bats, which are they get chewy on the top as the masonite starts degrading and
they cracked.
kind of crack.
Well, a bat's cracked.
Yes.
Your tools, they wear out.
Yes.
Doesn't matter if they're about $8 to $12.
Yeah.
They last a couple of years. But they're tools. They
Yes.
wear out.
There we go.
Some last longer than others, but
I seem to have hit the tipping point for the black pieces.
don't tip them over.
No, but you know what I mean. Mind you, yeah. I can't take any more things downstairs right now because the shelves down there are full up until after we do the next disc firing,
Mm-hmm.
which should be pretty much a turnaround after this next blaze fire.
Because what you could do next is start in on that.
Yeah.
Well, after snack time.
Yes. Food first. Then glaze for many hours.
Yeah.
Do not go out there to glaze when you haven't eaten. That's all sorts of not
It was the first do we have a
Yeah. What?
It was because we didn't have lunch, right? Yes,
Yes, we did.
You'd think the answer would always be yes, but no. There are times. There you go. Pretty soon I'll be changing colors. Yay.
Are you going to be purple?
Brown. Gray.
You're gray right now.
Yes,
Your hands are. The dehumidifier is causing a draft right here.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. That's probably the reason why the black pieces are actually coming off their bats. I haven't, before you end up getting to them, I haven't stamped any of the black ones. I've just
I've been checking at the bottoms of these pieces.
Okay.
A little bit. See, also nails to stick out.
No. Because then you catch them on things, and then, something happens and you don't have handle anymore.
And that's so sad. I don't want that to happen.
So the thing is, the tea mugs that we use, personally, are that, like 30-ounce tea mug with a nice handle. Yet they're scaled to our hands, so it's probably read is incredibly small to the average person.
The handfuls.
Yeah.
Not the mugs.
Most people think that the mug is just absolutely ginormous.
Yeah, they're ooh, I like that.
Proper mug.
Yeah.
We have had to replicate size and shape of our personal mugs for other people on more than one position.
Because, oh, that looks nice. I like that shape.
Yes.
And it's kind of, oh, well, thank you.
I'm glad that other people find the shape of my personal mug appealing. It's just that I'm a little, no, you can't. When people want to buy the mug that we're currently drinking out of.
The rain
Yeah.
is the most like so I won't want to buy it.
It's okay.
Have this. Don't make yourself another. No,
This is mine! My personal mug is not for sale! We got that even after we started putting the business logo on the backs of the mugs.
Yeah.
It's like, see, if lost, return to sign that matches this on the other side of the cup.
Actually, no, that was so we could find our cups if we set them down.
Yeah, because when there's only something on one side of the mug, we'd set it down. It's not looking for a needle in a haystack. It's looking for.
It's really soft.
Yes. Did someone say book? No. Go. And the mug. Remember, cracky that.
Smooth out. I can't press on you too hard. At least making an indent in the shape of the mug, not
Aw.
the handle. So now I'm just do.
Just polishing it, yes.
Yeah, that's it. There we go.
And now you get to switch colors.
Now I need to. Now I close up this glue and I open up the other glue.
I don't have too much contrast color on my hands, so I can get this last handle away.
Okay.
There.
Oh, yeah, that was
It
itchy.
was one of the chewy bats, yes.
It has texture.
It's got a non-skid bottom. handles next to you.
Remove the handles.
Despite the fact that the dehumidifier has been on high since
This morning?
8 o'clock this morning, the 7, that's when I went out there. And it's just now turned 2.
And it's 60% humidity.
Mind you, it's raised the temperature in here like close to 10 degrees.
Yeah, no, it's kind of amazing, isn't it? Okay. Well, it's not particularly cold today.
No, it's not. We had very weak sunbeams at one point. There. I could round the bottoms of pieces for you now,
They're kind of soft.
very gently,
Okay, no, just going
very gently,
very gently, because yeah, kind of soft.
using my palm. Just
Yeah.
in part getting the
This is
crumbles,
just-
the undercutting crumbles off.
Because you've run out of things to do.
I have run out of things to do.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You're doing this because you've run out of things.
Yes. Because the writings are at a U state,
And
and you are in handled heck here. Okay.
staff. Yes, it's
I was looking up at the screen, Mom. Is this big? Just emerging from the edge of the scene there. Well, Chris, we will be careful though before we change what you were writing on the bottom. I don't think we wrote the wrong year once this year.
didn't have much else to do.
Here.
No, we weren't
Yeah.
going anywhere, so it was.
Yeah. It's normally in January we do at least one piece where we accidentally put the prior year on the bottom. Do you need fresh goop in that one too?
Yeah, but I needed to actually be usable right now and keep that changed.
Yeah, because the black goo's gooier than It's runnier.
different. Yes, it's. I want the handles to stick and not smush right off. Every clay has its own properties. And this one looks like
milk chocolate. Mind you, the stuff in there it almost looks like modeling chocolate.
Take this stuff off the top, which is actually just clay and not goo anymore. If I can squeeze some of this stuff up here. That's softer. I don't know how dewy this stuff.
Do you want me to see if I can find any heavier deposits at the bottom of the jug?
You can put it in something else.
Yeah.
Just
Well,
in
we
case.
have a lot of empty yogurt containers.
Yeah, guess if nothing else, it'll get it ready for the next cleaning day. Isn't that wonderful sound?
Plop. Yes.
This is a little thick.
Yeah.
Oh, that's not too
No, I was purposefully reaching all the way down and just getting the thicker parts of the goop
bad.
and letting the really thin stuff slide out of my hand. Now I need to wash my hand, or at least scrape the what? Just a little bit. So I no longer look like Swamp Thing.
It's not small. Did you remember one time that I don't know what had gotten into the clay bucket?
Oh, the one time where
It went moldy.
we had to clean the entire wheel head as well as I think we ended up throwing that plastic bucket away because the mold just kept coming back.
Which is not common.
No, had
Not
that happened
even
like
living
once.
someplace that mold is an ever present issue.
to keep cleaning up on edges. And some of these are really clean already. The undercut was very clean, and it looks like they let go of the back very cleanly. Well, that's good. And pressing the stamp into it very delicately.
Problem is, when you're sitting there, we're gonna be for.
Oh, that was one of the ones I set down.
Oh, okay, well, it didn't have a stamp, that one. That's why. I
Yes,
picked
it
up
does. It's not centered because the center was very, very soft.
this.
It didn't take when I tried to put it in the middle. It just would bend.
Pens. Should we have that on hand over? Let's go. Okay. This. No, I'm not talking to handles, girl. I haven't lost it yet. Come close sometimes.
How many handles have we got left?
I'm not counting.
Are you not counting on purpose?
I'm not counting on purpose.
Six, seven, eight, nine. We're on your 14th handle. Welcome.
That's kind of lumpy, and that's kind of dry. It's kind of, it's not ideal no matter what you do, so. Just concepts.
And after
And it goes plump quite well.
the using the tan there, which was like the perfect frosting consistency.
Yeah.
And we're done out here for the day. Should I turn off the dehumidifier? Or just turn it back down to its holding state at like 65%?
Just kind of, wouldn't have to be on time.
Yeah. Oh, and I might want to lightly tint the one that's supposed to have a fairy on the bottom because it's the only piece that has not let go.
Yeah.
Meh. I've been in the process of trying to wait things out so that they were dry enough because we want to do throwing tomorrow, not attach handles.
We'll get plates from tomorrow. Then they have whole weekend to try. Other things to do.
Yeah. Even if you have to do some as well, at least I'm getting some of the nastier crumbles off.
Not good. Not great. That's what I tried to do,
There.
is be able to do a little more smoothing down.
Yeah.
More,
Okay, so everything's now been stamped, so I'll put the stamp back in the drawer.
yes, we got music.
I think we've only ever permanently lost one stamp.
I think it was the cat.
Yes.
That was due to cat
Yes.
many years ago.
Yeah, because that was Anara, and back when she was young,
Screwy.
serious troublemaker. Yes, mischievous.
Those get removed.
Yes. I remove these guys back over to this shelf.
Okay. It's just really soft. No one has a soggy bottom.
one likes the sunny one. There. Now the workspace behind you is cleared.
Notes. One is just too floppy. It's not moving still. There we go first. That's fine.
Now move that one to the back for right now. How's that sound?
You go.
You go long. And I will refill your handle board.
Yeah. Good.
So I can do, considering a brand of other things, I can do little stuff over here.
Thank you. Don't move. And don't touch the beauty part of the top. It's just
No,
beauty.
that's just ick. And there's nothing to be ick about it, but it's just
beauty.
it's good.
It's sticky. It's
There's always quite the thing when you're doing with frost or something, is hearing you constantly go on about the sticky.
sticky.
It's like you like having honey in things, honey as an ingredient, but you really don't like dealing with the honey.
It's sticky.
And with honey, it's the gooey sticky.
Yeah.
Use the gummy residue because of well residual waxes and proteins. There we go. I refilled your little boards of handles there. Swedish. Swedish.
It's going to turn this wheel around. 75% of the weight of the mug sits on this one here, the top joint, which is interesting. So we wanna it's important to make sure that that's a very firm junction.
Unscript it. There we go. I don't know why I closed the bag of black scrap clay. There's gonna be more of it. Two, place the bag so you can toss it in. Yeah. And it's not in jar.
Not like the type of tools.
Yeah.
Yes, thanks for letting us know.
And that's what happens to some of the cups that fail in the first firings. They become tool cups.
Yeah. That one. Right there.
Yes.
Yes.
This one, yep, has a nice long script. Wow, we've been using it as a tool cup for that long.
What's the year on it?
13.
Oh wow. Yeah.
Didn't realize we've been using it as a tool cup for like 8 years.
Which I could just hand it to you.
Yes. Yeah, there's a couple that are really sticky gooey.
So don't want to distort the bottom cup,
No.
right?
Movies. Handles, handles, handles. Yes. And more handles.
More
Now I
handles.
didn't take
You
any.
can get a handle on things.
I didn't take any of the handle things downstairs from this taking stuff and filling the last of the drying area. So it's now 2, 3, 5, 8, 12. Yes. 14 things with handles so far. 5. Another 10 to go. You're more than halfway.
Oh, that's
Yay.
That's what thumbnails are for. Marking where the handles are supposed to be.
It's because fingernails are vital and important tools for pottery.
And as long as you don't get anybody.
They require a lot of maintenance. Because you have to trim your nails, what, about once a week? To keep them
Depending
the
on how
right
much
length?
throwing I do.
Yeah, if you do lots of throwing.
I drank one
Morning coffee in Moneyall's mug today. It's absolutely one of my favorites.
Cool.
Perfectly sized for my big mug of coffee preferences.
Cool.
Yeah. Only occasionally do we use our personal big mugs for coffee.
Usually when we're camping.
Yes. It's our you use the 30-ounce mug for when
Has your morning coffee and your morning pint.
Bev.
Yeah.
At home we use them for tea. Of course, when we're camping, we also use it in the hot weather for massive quantities of ice water.
Yeah.
Can I get you to let go?
But we haven't been to any events.
No.
Coffee.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We're actually
in nearly 2 years will be 12th night.
Yeah, I'm just going to cover up the one that needs to have the fairy on
Yeah.
the bottom.
Because that one is just
The top edge is starting to get dry now, but the bottom is still not stable. Not letting go. There. You get a blanket there, buddy. Get over here just in time to get back up and put that mug on the shelf. Oh yeah, lots of ice water, also important. Yeah, gotta stay hydrated. Especially if, someone who's lived on the coast for a long time and then you go inland where it's dry.
used to be my gills are dry now.
Yeah.
Moisture.
It was really funny when we were talking to friends of ours who lived in Phoenix, Arizona. And they were complaining, it was at a 12th night, they were complaining that the hotel was unbearably humid.
Here I'm.
And we were going, my God, it's so dry.
Yeah. It's kind of funny.
Because for us, below 40% is dry.
Yeah.
40% humidity is it's
Yeah,
summery.
really isn't that, we don't have it below 40 much where we live. Humidity.
No,
Even now. We
there was a little
we
bit
live
of
near
dirt.
a river. We
Yes.
don't live next to ocean. Multiple rivers. Yes. There's 3 of them.
Mind you, one of those more like the size of a creek. But for them, oh gosh, I love that. Talking to people who are acclimatized differently is always a trip. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Because for them, anything above was 15% humidity
Mhm.
was humid.
They were from Arizona,
Yeah.
visiting California in January.
I think they may have been royals for Aiden Belt that year.
Yeah, this was.
I was like, thinking
Nice
about it.
people.
Yeah.
I couldn't remember who they are. He was tall and skinny. That's about all I remember.
Goatee and short hair.
Yeah, he, right, like he.
Yes.
Custom right there.
Yes. With the we did a couple of customized standard loaf pans. We still have the that's something we've been made years.
Yeah.
Still have the rigid mold for it. It's just folded down flat right now.
We haven't used it since.
No. And we also have one of those bread pans. It had the cookie stamps done into the bottom of it so it came out in the crust of the bread.
Yeah, which is kind of cool.
One of my friends is from Florida, and we both went to a wedding midsummer in Wisconsin.
Oh, wow.
He is from Seattle area, and I was dying of humidity in the most humid of the days, and he was like, "This is comfortable. I can finally breathe." Yeah.
Yeah.
It's also the temperature because hot, humid air is a lot different than
Bonnie
cold,
Lightyear always complained when it got humid
Yeah.
and hot. They go,
For us, we didn't notice it as much.
didn't notice.
I demanded to know where his gills were. Yes. Well, Florida's effectively it's a
tropical.
sandbar. It's a glorified sandbar thrown up by an old meteor impact. Stepping out of the car felt like stepping into a sauna. There were a couple days in Bonnie Lake one year where it hit like 95 and like in excess of 90% humidity. That was
Yeah.
unpleasant.
That was unpleasant. Because it's, well, 95.
Yes. Once the
I don't know.
temperature gets within, that
It should
within
be
10 degrees of body temperature, it's just not okay anymore. We like our cool temperatures. Thank you very much.
I don't miss living in the house.
No. The weather was fine. The salt air had a tendency of eating the metalwork, which included
Rust.
the kiln.
Everything rested.
I mean, when we were walking around, he got winded going up slight hills, and I was like, bro, you could. Because he was just not used to hills at all, because Florida's a sandbar.
Oh,
Yeah.
I wouldn't have.
But yeah, also,
Yeah.
the Great Plains, there's no elevation change.
Yeah.
It's like the one time we went, long before we started the business, we went for vacation and we went and camped up on Mount Lassen. And there were all these signs going on about take it easy, you're at high elevation,
Eh.
you may become short of breath. And we're like, I'm fine. Are you
I
fine?
feel like the 40-degree temperature change from
60 degree temperature swing.
from 6 a.m. to noon.
Yeah, we went
It
from
was
40
awful.
degrees and there was frost everywhere to 100-degree heat.
That wasn't.
Well, I suppose at that point there's less insulation in terms of atmosphere.
Well, we didn't do the one that went all the way up to
No, we didn't go all the way.
the sodas.
Yeah.
Well, it would be bad for you. It's fine. As long as there's shade from you. I'm fine. We would have had to go early.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get some people early as possible. He's your brother with the sap.
Oh yes, got the sap on him. Oof, that's a temperature change. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was the least fun part of that vacation.
Yeah.
Was that temperature shift.
Yeah.
And watching the volcanic dust drift through the walls of the tent without pause. That was impressive.
Yeah.
Is that one done?
Yeah. No, not quite, but yeah, that was really something. It was
Dirt
really
varied so much. But
yeah,
that
'cause
was
it's
all
volcanic.
ash. Yeah.
Yeah, that's volcanic.
I mean, our dirt here has a volcanic component. I think most of it. It's also got the glacial sand. Not just a little bit.
Yes, we have the soil
We
test.
went through and had soil test kit.
Well,
done.
that's
That was fun.
Yeah.
Also,
your brother's idea,
yes.
and it's fun. Okay.
We found out that our soil was excellent, had all the nutrients we could possibly want, except for one, nitrogen. So yeah,
A little issue. Very little nitrogen. So. Well, we live on a hill,
yeah. So
and it washes down.
yeah, nitrogen is water soluble. My friends and I camped in Bonnie Lake, Ren Fair, for the first time this year, and a couple of my friends did not pack the nighttime cold because they thought, oh, it's summer. And I was like, guys, it's still
Oh.
camping.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Oh, and that's a
Yeah, that's
camping there is awful because
The
of all
dust
that volcanic
clouds.
dust.
Yeah, the dust clouds at that site are a thing to behold, particularly if it's a dry year.
Yeah. And just getting the dust out of
Everything.
Well, we would do that for 3
Yeah.
weeks. We'd go home for a week and a half, then we'd go down to Highland Games in Pleasanton, California.
Indoors, pristine. Pleasanton, California is a prissy city.
Yes.
It is.
It is. And everybody washes their car. But I bring my car covered in Bonnie Lake
Encrusted in
Yes.
Bonnie Lake dirt.
and is the only dirty car in the world.
But I have to say this: the other cars give you plenty of space on the highway. Free
Yeah,
lanes.
because my dirt might be contagious. You never know. I always thought it was kind of funny.
Hey, kept people. Oh no! Is the handle
And the
okay?
liverboard.
Ugh, crusty. You can just stay there.
I didn't want to use that money. That's right. There are extras, right, Sarah? Yes. I know there are.
I mean, if I had to pause and think, I'm like, okay, you still have.
You made a big deal of saying that you made. You said,
You see, that was important for you to remember. With me, it was a notification that went by. There's the two handleless cups that were thrown yesterday. They're still glossy at the bottom, but what I'll do is I'll move them over closer to the dehumidifier.
let's see. Oh, you're perfect for this.
Oh, we've now hit like 60% humidity in here.
Oh, good.
Yay!
Things might actually dry before
Yay.
January. Oh, they do dry quicker than that. It's just that.
But I have to say, the dehumidifier was one of the first new tools we got for the shop
Well, after the heater.
after the heater, because Frozen does not dry.
Yeah.
And frozen humans, yeah, freezing your rump off dealing with wet clay is not fun. Extra chunks in that handle, it's fine. It's texture.
Texture.
Yes. I mean, we still have to try to get the cat to do another batch of
Oh, I
offering
have to do a batch of plates. Then you lightly drape the plastic over it. She'll walk on plastic.
Yes, she won't walk on wet clay. She'll walk around it, but she will walk on plastic-covered clay.
And that
We
way
have-
they'll be.
We've done paw print plates and paw print handles in this way. Sometimes on purpose.
Not always.
Not always. There was that one time we were trying. It's like, oh no, those.
One of her ancestors.
Yeah. Heater and dehumidifier are incredibly important shop tools. Too many friends of mine work in their unfinished garages. Yeah. Our garage is largely finished.
It's got the walls.
It's got walls, it's got insulation.
Yeah.
It's not
It's a-
terribly airtight, but that's actually a good thing with the kiln.
It's unfinished, as in we're always doing more to it.
Yes!
We're always adding more to it.
And this is not, it's not a real room, it's a vastly improved deck.
Yes, this is a patio
Yeah.
that had been
Entirely glassed in. It's
Yeah.
got the styrofoam insulation on the ceiling.
Yeah. And windows on 3 sides. And
And
it's the
the
outside siding of the house on the 4th side.
and they made the deck into flooring by putting down thin plywood.
Yeah.
And when we moved in, it was covered in carpet.
Took the carpet out.
Oh yeah, it was one of the first things. I don't know why it was so great sport to try to get the carpet out whole. That was really dumb of us. It's a 13 by 15 room. That's a big chunk of carpet.
And we're real small. All 3 of us. So yeah, it was.
Yes, carpeted deck. That was after the room had been enclosed, but yes, it was dumb.
It was
That's
Yeah,
a
it was-
choice.
yeah.
Yes.
But the way it was listed when we got the house, it was a solarium. Like call it a sunroom.
Yeah.
An enclosed deck, which is what it is.
But some of the windows are dual pane, some are single pane, and some
Some
of
of
them
them
are
open.
sheets of glass.
Some of them open,
Some of them open.
and
What's
some of them are
there?
sheets of glass. We have on that side we have a storm door.
Yeah.
I don't know why it has 2 doors, but
Technically, the room has 2 doors. Oh, of course, solarium. Yes. Oh, fancy. Yes.
it is. Just found it to be. I know what
So-
it is.
Funny.
It'll make a nice shop.
Yes.
It's got electricity.
One of the big reasons we like this situation is the fact that it is separated from the rest of the house.
Yeah.
We do not anymore track clay.
Or at least not that much.
Not that much. We
Not
do
99% less.
Yeah, which is there's still clay in the carpet in the house. Oh no, not an enclosed deck like this plebeian. Yes, it is so low class to have an enclosed deck. But yet, not only did it have carpet, when we moved in, it had curtains. And it does make it an ideal workspace. It's pretty good. It's loud when it rains
Oh,
because
yeah.
it's got a flat roof over this portion.
Because it's a patio
Because
cover.
it's a patio cover.
It's a covered deck.
Mm-hmm.
And we fixed the issue with the
Clogged drain.
clogged drain
So
by
we're-
putting in another drain.
Yes. Downspout. That's the correct
Downspout.
word.
Yes. Which was we had to put in the downspout first. The water was so nice.
Most of these black mugs today will be more of that 10-ounce mug size. They look a lot bigger right now because it has an extreme. It's what, 15%?
Yeah, it's huge. Listen,
Listen to you do a craft and tracked into the house despite the best efforts. Yes.
yes, there because you'll always be tracking something in.
Always.
It's on my shoes.
Yeah.
It's on my clothes.
Yeah. It powders off of the clothing onto things.
That's why everything inside is washable,
Yes.
and why we'll eventually not have carpet at all
Yes.
anywhere.
It's just that that area is going to cost a fair bit for us
It's a
to.
big room.
Yeah, it is the single largest room in the house. This is of course the one that is
It's
the
the
one.
family.
It's the family room. It's
the
also a
house they
major.
landed onto.
Yeah, it's also a major workspace for us. In which case, that flooring has got to be sturdy, or we're just going to destroy it with things like tracting clay and dripped underglaze. My sister and I saw when we moved out. Our mom rejoiced that our dining room table would once again belong to her.
Yeah.
Before we moved, the
Dining room table was for doing sculpture.
yeah, it was the sculpture and handles.
And handles. Yeah, the thing is that's the dining room,
Yeah,
and the dining room was carpeted. There's clay. Rude.
until the new owner removes the carpet, they're not going to be free of the clay. Just
The person who bought that house,
they thought it was so cool that they were buying an artist's house, and I'm like, oh. Come on. Do you realize the full extent of what that means?
Because it means you do crib repairs. Because you may not know how to do it right.
But you're a problem solver. You can figure things out.
Been doing that since I was in high school. Because grandma didn't know how to fix it.
All that clay is the new owner's problem. See you later. I know.
Oh yes. The odd clay deposits in that yard.
There was every once in a while we had clay that had just gone completely unusable. I mean, if we wanted to put a huge amount of effort into it, we could have resurrected the clay. But instead we used it to fill in potholes.
Yeah. Filled in a hollow behind the shed.
Yeah.
Because it was kind of a rural property. We had well and septic.
And when we moved into that place, very funny that the new buyers thought it was cool though. Yeah.
I know,
When we moved in, the carport on that place had no walls. And in that area you could install 3 walls on a carport
without
without a permit. I'm not sure when we finished you would have exactly called it a carport because the open wall faced the backyard, not
yeah,
the
because the
driveway.
wind came from the other side.
The wind came from the front, yeah.
You could turn it into a
Yeah, I mean, the way it was built, you could drop a garage door in the front, and it'd been long enough.
It had
Especially
been
with the
done.
sail,
Yeah. It had been done.
it was done to
code
code. Yeah,
because one of the
because we
people
had friends who were carpenters.
Yeah.
And they were like, no,
Work for
no, you're not doing that by yourself. We helped.
I don't know what that was.
Was that all the supplies?
Bought all the stuff?
Yeah.
They put it in. They did it all right. It's great. We couldn't have done that.
Oh,
We didn't know how to do that.
no.
I was watching them do that. And it's good. So that's how you do it. And they're just kind of like,
It's like when we have our friend down to work on the electrical here.
it's great.
It's the, and she goes, oh, you're boring you with
no.
the ins and outs of the electrical. And it's like, no, trivia. Tell us more.
So we were getting the paper lackeys.
Yes. Oh,
Which
you need
tool
that
is-
wire? This tool?
Well, what does that do? And then she could,
And we got one of those outlet checkers.
yeah.
Friends don't let friends make questionable carpentry decisions alone. Yes.
Right.
Go to a friend's house. Is that one done?
Yes. There you go. Yeah.
Only another 6 more to go.
Yay.
Normally we do the Washington Fair and Bonnie Lake, but
I'm sure.
we just had too much going on this year to
Risk.
risk exposure there.
That's where our stuff was at Red Wolves.
Yeah. Our pottery was there, we weren't. I do design work for Red Wolf, so yeah. It's like a 10-year-old picture came up a few years ago. He's like, hey, look, it's the new designs. And I'm like, oh, those weren't the first ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's totally gonna be tea time by the back of the time.
Tea time has nothing to do with tea.
No, no, it doesn't.
It has to do with the time of day.
Yes. He's snack time.
It's handles. Attach yourselves.
Just attach.
Just jump onto the right path and make yourselves a boat.
I think one part I pulled the handles is like, I'd help out, except that this is really,
Not with this way.
no, not with that clay.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's like,
I mean, there was, that bear skull mug with the paws on the bottom. I did the handle on that one.
this looks so different.
It was it was a pulled handle.
Yeah.
But yeah, the attachment points on that was, I did do the compression. It did have the little foam spot at the top, like that. But yeah, the whole handle was that piece long.
Yeah.
This tiny handle. I don't know how easy that cup was going to be to drink out of, that mug. But it was
That's
what
what-
they were requesting.
And question.
It's not really that much more bizarre than a Godzilla writing.
But it's
Or the person
really
who wanted-
thin, like that is.
Yes, there's one of yeah.
And that's one that I managed to change. And he's kind of really on the other. Not go to push it that way. It's kind of,
Yeah. Is that
what
one
did
done?
I do?
I think that might be the last of the really gooey. It's not the last of the very soft. That's the last of the utterly gooey ones.
Is it really gooey?
The ooey gooey. And ooey gooey is not an easy thing to say if your nose is getting stuck.
Yeah. Oh. Gooey
Only
hats.
5 more
Don't
handles.
wipe it on my legs. So it can be good.
No. Not with it being the black clay. The black clay and the red clay will both sting.
I'm trying to find the right handle.
Yeah.
Gotta pick the right size.
There's that one in the back that you cut, but we haven't found a home for that one.
Also has to be the right,
Aspect ratio, thickness.
yeah. What makes it the right one? The one that looks
Eh.
right?
That's the other reason why I can't help.
It's years of practice.
I'm keeping you company. I'm reading the screen.
Yeah.
I'm moving mugs to the shelf.
Otherwise, I wouldn't have a space.
Yeah.
Is there?
And it's not like some of the larger or more complex handles where you need the third hand reaching over to hold the handle in
Needed
place.
the
while you-
overture.
Yes.
And certainly Sarah did.
It was like that one time that we were on the road and we watched a movie in the trailer. And only afterwards did I realize I held the phone stable in midair for the last hour and a half.
Yeah. Trailer as in box trailer.
Yeah.
It's a utility trailer.
We have improved the interior of it, which has made it.
And put vinyl flooring in.
Yes, we got the cheapest vinyl flooring we could, which was black and white checker. And it made it so much more cleanable. That was one of the reasons why
Yeah.
the bare wood walls got painted white because we had the white
It was awfully.
off-white.
It was the official
It was
cover.
Tudor white.
It was too white. It was the official cover for the signs at Hope Yard Club. The fair. Well, we're still
Yes.
doing the signs.
There were some of the signs that came out really good, and I was happy with what, not just the design, but what they requested.
Yeah. Sometimes it's good. It's okay to make
You
it.
want
Other
what? I
times,
can make with that.
but in other ones, it's kind of like years later. It's
You see it and you're still satisfied with it.
Yeah.
It's like I think the rose that they use, that's on a shield shape on the front gate is one of the ones that are still around. As well as the, I think they're still using the old hammer troll and, I don't remember the name of the other one. Red Dragon! Because those were made with the metallic background paint.
Oh yeah,
and-
those ones came out.
Yes. It just occurred to me that I just assumed that that one was finished. There we go. That one over there. Next. Four
this-
more.
Yay.
4 more.
So how long is it going to take me to do this also?
Oh, when I was counting up how many handles he did, I didn't count the one over there. It's the one on. Let's see now. Do you think you can finish the handles by 3? It's another 17 minutes.
That should be.
It's only 4 handles.
Just
I started this one about. Even if you say you started that one a minute ago, pay attention to when you finish that.
Yeah, it's good. How long does it take me to do it? Switch. Good. Wow.
Yeah. That's a nice level of rain. It's not too loud.
Something.
Oh goodness, when it hails.
Yeah, but when it snows,
Yeah. I wonder how many snow days we'll have. Or this winter. Because technically, the last batch of February.
the first part of the year.
Yeah. It was early February. Is that a thunder? Ooh. Well, it's a warm storm, so that makes sense.
Yeah.
No. Yeah, it was so kind of, it was cool being out there and watching it snow while working.
Originally from the Bay Area.
From the
Not
Bay
from
Area
any
of
snow.
California. Snow
Yeah.
is something that happens in the mountains. You go and visit the snow and then you leave.
But it's kind of like snow isn't something that happens.
No. We're like, oh, cool, look at this. Okay, so how long does it stick around before it melts?
We had snow for
Yeah.
my poor little car.
Yeah, you were, because it was, our vehicle does not like the snow. Does not like cold.
Yeah, that's good. It's okay. So I was going out and starting it every day. Part of it was, it had old gas in it, I found out later, but. And then it was tip Vegas. I was going out there, and then I couldn't go anywhere because there was a foot of snow.
There was a berm. I would have had to shovel behind the car.
And then they don't
They don't plow our street.
So what would I have done then? I would
Get to
have-
the end of the driveway. I mean, what are you gonna do?
So I'd go back, boom, hit the bird, go forward, boom, hit the bird. Do that a few times each day. So it was,
So it would keep anything from freezing up would be a little.
well, once we got the door open, because the door pressure, we should put the Vaseline on the hinges before we turn it,
Right.
Sarah.
Before things get really cold.
Yeah,
It's Vaseline on the hinges and the door seals.
yes. If it was for
I know we
Marcos, who
have
is
some.
back east.
Yeah, someone who lives where there's sustained
East
snow.
Coast, so,
But he has sustained snow.
yeah, just, oh, okay.
It's about 3.5 minutes.
Yeah.
So it's about 10 to 12 minutes left. So yeah, it should be just about 3
Oh, yeah. A little bit in there.
on that one. Yeah.
It's quite the time is finding the right handle for the right cup.
Every once in a while, there's that handle that never finds a home. Just knocks around in the bag so long that it crumbles or gets damaged in some way.
Never finds it.
And then it becomes scrap and goes into a bucket or a bag to be recycled.
House.
At least here we also found people who will take the recycled clay.
Another cover.
Yes. But yes, you can get a pug mill to help recycle clay.
Those are expensive.
Even used ones are a couple grand.
Or like 3 or 4 grand.
Yes, used.
Used. So, yeah.
New ones are like 10.
It's a big mixer for scrap.
It's an extremely heavy duty mixing machine. Because it's mixing, recycling clay is a tedious and stamina wearing process.
Nice, Sarah. Have you done that before?
Yes. Well, we've talked about maybe at some point putting down sheets of plywood and trying the foot tread method.
Which
Yes. So it's not just the arms, but you're still gonna have to wedge it up after that.
then you have kind of big brownish.
Yes, when you get the full on mix.
Yes.
It's kind of toasty. I have to say that I kind of like the color of the full on blend.
We'll eventually have enough to do it in 5-gallon buckets rather than a 50-gallon garbage can.
Yeah, that is just too much to deal with.
Not that we ever did that at all.
That wasn't once.
No, we only had like 2 of them full.
Yeah, but we only ever recycled the can once. Then we started using it as landscape fill. Because in that area we couldn't find anyone who would take the clay. Not even schools. You think that they free materials,
Oh,
free art materials. The money that's saved for an art department.
mhm.
Yep. 2 left.
Once again, I do it with it.
You have 10 minutes left. You should be able to.
See, you see me rushing now.
Yeah, no. Well, I think that last handle only took you 2 minutes rather than 3.5. Some handles go faster than others. Scritch, scritch, scritch.
Scratch, 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 scratch.
Roughly over the surfaces so the goop will make everything stick. Do you want to leave the thing of goop uncovered? Okay. Yeah. Oh, it's actually reading. Maybe I should turn it back into its holding position now. It's reading 59% humidity. You see what it's actually set at right now is 50. There. Actually, and I will set it back on low now.
Oh,
Oh, that's so much quieter now. Oh,
anything on high makes sense.
yeah. Cloud fans. Yes, because in addition to the heater and the dehumidifier in the corner is also an air cleaner.
It keeps the air moving, so there's some stuff.
Yeah, and it's.
You don't want mold.
Oh, forgot to hit that button. Nope. There it is. When the power went out the other day, I forgot to turn back on the UV filter part of it. There, I got it turned back on. Because we have the air cleaners with the UV filter because the UV
Kills mold
it
spores.
kills mold spores, it kills bacteria, it kills viruses. It just, cooks the air
We'd originally brought it.
to get rid of mold spores in the air. Because we lived on the coast, and the coast is renowned for its mold.
That county was. That
Yeah.
was the mold capital of the world. Or at least of California.
Yeah, it's a special species.
Yeah.
It's so special. Last one! Yay! And I'll get the rest of the handles put away. Yeah, 4 left over. I think
Is
there
it
was
like, is there a heavier handle?
heavier. That one? I think that might be the heaviest.
It's the ones that, there's always one that just doesn't
Just doesn't play well with others.
link up, just, get down to the end.
Well, I mean, there's be a bit overkill in terms of
Yeah.
size.
Also, the
Aspect ratio.
aspect ratio is better though.
Okay, there you go.
Those were, aspect ratio was just a little off.
It was not what you wanted for that cup.
Oh yeah, that's much better.
There we go. Because I'm like, oh, there's a couple in the bag. And now we have 2, 4, 6, 7 black handles left over. That's what we use.
Isn't that everybody uses
Ziploc bags.
craft supplies? Handles.
Yep. Bago handles. Rather than having to use handles within a few hours of their ideal consistency, we can keep them for what? Weeks?
Sometimes a month or two.
Yeah.
Depends on the clay, depends on the weather.
Depends on how old the bag is and how good the seal is anymore.
It has an old
Yeah. The black handles are the least forgiving once they get too dry and can't readily moisturize them again.
It's the least forgiving clay, period. Across the board for anything. It's just,
But it's such a cool clay.
it is.
And it's so good at holding the temperature of your beverage.
It is a really good clay, but it's not always.
Excellent properties. Henri. Henri. So I will need to get you a lid for that yogurt container.
Yeah, probably be a good idea.
Even that one quite that crisp. Look here. There we go. This'll fit.
And here we go.
Seldom do we yogurt containers spend a long and fruitful life before they end up being recycled. They end up there once they develop cracks.
Here we go.
Yay. Last handle.
Let's stand.
With that
And
we'll
it's 2:56.
yes.
So 4 minutes before 3.
Bye. Thank you everybody for watching
For
and
joining.
chatting.
For chatting. That's always wonderful.
Yeah. Keeps us entertained when we're doing things like endless handles.